Mel Gibson is an American-Australian actor, filmmaker, and screenwriter known for his powerful performances and successful directing career. Born on January 3, 1956, in Peekskill, New York, Gibson moved to Australia with his family in the late 1960s. He studied acting at the National Institute of Dramatic Art in Sydney and gained early recognition in the Australian film industry. His breakout role came in 1979 with the post-apocalyptic action film Mad Max, which became a global success and led to 2 sequels, establishing him as an international star. Gibson starred in and directed the epic historical drama, which won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. Despite facing personal controversies that affected his career, Gibson has remained a prominent figure in the film industry, both in front of and behind the camera. Next on Mark Lee is an Australian actor and filmmaker best known for his role as Archie Hamilton in the 1981 film Gallipoli. Born on October 31, 1958, in Sydney, Lee began his career as a musician before transitioning to acting. His portrayal of Archie, a young and idealistic runner who volunteers to fight in the Gallipoli campaign during World War I, remains one of his most memorable performances. The film, directed by Peter Weir, was critically acclaimed and became a defining piece of Australian cinema, bringing Lee international recognition for his sensitive and nuanced portrayal of a tragic hero. In addition to acting, he has explored filmmaking, directing the feature film The Bet in 2006. Despite not achieving the same level of international fame as some of his contemporaries, Lee remains a respected figure in the Australian entertainment industry, known for his dedication to his craft and contributions to the arts. Next on Bill Hunter was a renowned Australian actor known for his extensive work in film, television, and theatre. Born on February 27, 1940, in Ballarat, Victoria, Hunter had a career that spanned over 5 decades, becoming one of Australia's most recognisable and respected character actors. His deep voice, commanding presence, and ability to portray rugged, no-nonsense characters made him a staple in Australian cinema. He gained international attention for his role as Major Barton in Gallipoli, 1981, where he played a compassionate yet ultimately tragic figure, highlighting the senseless loss of young lives during the campaign. His performance in Gallipoli was emblematic of his ability to bring depth and humanity to his characters, even in supporting roles. His final film role was in Red Dog, 2011, released posthumously after his death on May 21, 2011. Hunter's legacy as a cornerstone of Australian cinema endures, celebrated for his distinctive talent and his contributions to the portrayal of Australian life and history on screen. Next on Harold Hopkins was an accomplished Australian actor known for his work in film, television, and theatre. Born on March 6, 1944, in Toowoomba, Queensland, Hopkins grew up with a passion for the performing arts and studied drama at the National Institute of Dramatic Art, NIDA, in Sydney. He began his acting career in the late 1960s and quickly established himself as a talented and versatile performer. Hopkins gained prominence in the 1970s with roles in influential Australian films like Don's Party, 1976, where he portrayed a young schoolteacher, and The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith, 1978, a powerful drama about racial tensions in colonial Australia. His ability to bring authenticity and depth to his characters made him a respected figure in the Australian film industry. His television work included appearances in popular Australian series like Homicide, Matlock Police, and All Saints. Despite battling cancer later in life, Hopkins continued to work until his passing on December 11, 2011. He left behind a legacy as a dedicated and skilled actor who significantly impacted Australian cinema and television. Next on Charles Lafula Yunupingu, also known as David Gulpilil's younger brother, was an Indigenous Australian actor and musician from the Yolngu people of Arnhem Land in the Northern Territory. Though his acting career was brief, he made a notable impact with his role in the 1981 film Gallipoli, where he played the character of Zach, an Aboriginal tracker and friend to the film's protagonists. His appearance in Gallipoli was significant as it highlighted the often overlooked contributions of Indigenous Australians during World War I and brought visibility to Indigenous culture in Australian cinema. His role, though small, added depth to the film and contributed to the broader narrative of Australian identity and history. Although he did not achieve the same level of fame as his brother, David Gallipoli, Charles's work in Gallipoli remains an important part of Australian film history, serving as a reminder of the diverse voices and stories that contribute to the nation's narrative. Next on Ronnie Graham is an Australian actor best known for his role as Billy in the 1981 film Gallipoli. In the film, Billy is one of the soldiers who, along with the main characters Archie and Frank, volunteers to fight in the Gallipoli campaign during World War I. Although his role was relatively small, Graham's portrayal contributed to the film's depiction of the diverse group of young men who were caught up in the nationalistic fervor and the tragic consequences of war. His work in Gallipoli remains his most notable role, and he is remembered for his contribution to one of Australia's most iconic films. While his subsequent acting career may not have been as prominent, Graham's performance in Gallipoli has left a lasting impact, resonating with audiences for its emotional depth and historical significance.